Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks so much for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Thanks for spending a little time with this old man today. Today's beer, guys, is Loophole Technicality from Hop Butcher for the World. This is sent to me by Jeremiah, who's with Hop Butcher for the World. So Jeremiah, thanks a bunch for the awesome beer mail packages you've been sending me. You guys rock. Your beers are freaking awesome. Guys, I did this beer back in January of this year, but it was a 2019 and it was packaged in November, I think. So it was a 2019, but I didn't do it till January because I didn't get it till either the end of December or the 1st of January. This one he sent me is the 2020 edition, and it said it was packaged on 10/19 of 20. So this beer is 9 days old. So very nice. Artwork by Dan Greska. They always acknowledge who does their things, and the one I had back in January had the same artwork on it. It's a heat shrunk label on this silver can, so it's not a printed up can. So a lot of people do the paper stick-on labels, and some of them do these heat shrunk labels. Both are fine to me. I mean, I just soon see one of those two versions done instead of the brewery spending money on printing up a bunch of cans that's going to get thrown away or recycled. I don't save cans or bottles or anything like that. So, and they don't recycle around here no more. I mean, I guess you could take it somewhere and save them up and have a big stinking mess that the flies and the bugs are get into or whatever. I don't. They used to recycle here and have bins that they would come pick them up and do all that kind of stuff. But if you want to save them up and take it and get money, I guess that's an option. If you got a place to put them and keep the bugs and the animals and the critters and the flies and everything like that out of it. But I don't do it anymore. So I guess that's a bad thing. I'm not helping the planet by doing that, but it is what it is. This is an Amarillo, Strata, and Galaxy Hop Double IPA coming in at 7.5%. All three of those hops are very, very tasty. The Galaxy hops are Southern Hemisphere hops, so you might get a little bit of spicy notes from that hop. From what I remember doing this in January, it was awesome, guys. And most of their beers are. 99.9% of them are 10 beers. And I'd say 100% of them are A beers. So they don't make a bad beer, guys. So if you can get their beers, you need to pick them up. And they make all different kinds, from lagers all the way up to the dark beers. I mean, very, very tasty. And I'm very appreciative for Jeremiah taking me under his wing and sending me their awesome beers because I can't get them here. They're up in Illinois, around Chicago somewhere. And I am very, very pleased to receive their beers. I wish I was closer to them where I could buy them, or hoping that they will have a lot of support and expand their brewery and increase their distribution where it'll go out further from the brewery than what it does now. I don't know if it'll ever come to Virginia, but I'm got my fingers crossed. So, and I have friends of mine that have tasted their beers and clamor over their beers. I mean, I almost got to hide them to keep them. You got any Hop Butcher beers? No. So they're tasty, guys. I mean, it's always a pleasure to get a beer mail package from Jeremiah. Awesome beers. So let's get on with the guys. I don't want this to be a 30-minute review. Untapped has the same thing that's written on the bottom of the can about the hops. It's a double IPA, 7.5%. No IBUs are listed here. It is a New England style beer. So I was very, very impressed with the 2019 edition that I did in January. So we're going to, and I normally don't re-review a beer, but since that was a 2019 in the same year, since that was a 2019, this is a 2020, and it was a lot, this one's a lot fresher than the one I got previously. It was almost 2 months old by the time I reviewed it. This one is 9 days old. So I bet it's going to be tasty. Let's find out. Let's get it open, get it into the glass, and see what we got. See what 2020 edition brings to the table. Very cloudy, very hazy coming out of the can, guys. Definitely looks like a New England style beer. I'm really looking forward to this. And since I've had it before, and I thought it was, I gave it a 10, guys. We'll see if we get, this one gets a 10. If you're thinking like I'm thinking, you probably will, huh? I'd have to really think about it hard, and I'm going to. We shall see. We shall see. I'm going to leave it at that. About a finger and a half of head on that pour, and it looks exactly like a glass of orange juice I've got. Awesome looking beer. These guys absolutely nailed this style of beer, just like Treehouse and Trillium and Parai and Vitamin C. There are so many of them that are producing these kind of beers and are doing it top notch. Top notch. I can't see any like to it. It absolutely looks like a glass of orange juice, guys. Other than the head on top of it, if this was gone, you would say that's a glass of orange juice. That's an awesome looking beer. To the nose we go. Oh my God. That is absolutely fantastic smelling. And I know what's going to happen here. I'm going to take it out on the deck and I'm going to hand it to her, and then she's going to go, "You don't want any more of this, do you?" I had to pry it out of her hand. Wow. The hops are off the chain, guys. I'm getting pine and grapefruit and pineapple and oranges and mango and maybe some other stone fruit in there and some peaches and maybe even some apricots. That has such an outstanding aroma. Wow. And they didn't do any lactose on this, but it doesn't say it on the can, but I don't think they did. It's got a super sweet aroma to it. Wow. Just as impressive, if not more, than the last time I had it. Let's dive in. Cheers, Jeremiah. Thank you. Thank everybody, Hop Butcher for the World. You guys rock. I say that every time I get a beer from you guys. It blows me away how well y'all do these. Cheers. Wow. That's fantastic. I mean, these beers ought to be in the same category as the Trillium and the Treehouse, and even Parai and Vitamin C. If you are not in the vicinity where you can buy their beers or can get to the brewery, because a lot of these are brewery-only releases, and some of these breweries that produce these styles of beers, they're highly sought after and very tradable. If you can't get them, you need to see if you can trade somebody something for some of their stuff. It's worth it. Trust me. Especially if you like this style. Now, if you don't, maybe not so much. But if you're a hophead and you like this New England style beers, and they make other stuff too. Like I said, they make lagers and stouts, and they make a whole range of different beers to suit your palate, whatever you like to drink. But these New England style beers that these guys produce, wow, that's absolutely fantastic. That is super delicious, guys. Wow. And it's 9 days old. Wow. Back in pour. And I had a little sediment, from what I remember, from the January beer, but I don't see a whole lot of floaties or anything floating around, but a lot of times that'll settle out while I'm sipping on it. So we shall see if we got something in the bottom of the glass when I come back. But that is an awesome beer, guys. Let me go sip on it. It's right out of the fridge. And pry it out of her hands, which I know I'm going to have to do. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on for a while. Very nice slicing of left on the glass. This is a very, very tasty beer, guys. I'm just as impressive today as I was back in January when I did it the last time. This is the 2020 edition, and the one I did in January was a 2019 edition. This was a little fresher than the one I did in January, and it is very, very tasty. I'm going to go against the grade on this one, guys, and I do that a lot of times. Sometimes I'm above the grade, and sometimes I'm below the grade. This one is definitely above the grade. This is everything that I'm looking for in a New England style double IPA. Big hop notes, big hop taste, a little bit of spiciness from the Galaxy hops. Very, very citrusy, pine, grapefruit, tropical fruit notes. Very pleasant beer to drink. Alcohol is super well hidden. It's very smooth and easy drinking for 7.5%. Awesome beer. Awesomely well made beer. Very tasty. I mean, I wish this brewery was closer to me than where they're at. I mean, if they were local to me, I would have a reserved parking place in the lot, and they would all know me by name, because I'd be buying everything that I could get my hands on from this brewery. Very, very tasty. I might even have to contact Jeremy and see if I can get some specific beers sent to me. Jeremy, don't be surprised if you get a phone call from me and I'm wanting to buy some beers from you guys, because I can't get anything close to this around here. Unless somebody sends me something from Treehouse Trillium, or Pariah sends me something. Vitamin C, Dino, I wish he would contact me and send me some of his beers. So Greg happened to go buy them and send them to me for that brewery. That's another brewery that produces awesome beers too. So it's, some of these breweries are doing outstanding world-class stuff, and no matter what category it is, whether it's lagers, pale ales, IPAs, double IPAs, porters, stouts, or whatever, a lot of these breweries they know what they're doing. The head brewer there knows how to produce an outstanding beer. It's just, that's the bottom line, guys. But they're not producing a lot of transitional beers. And maybe these guys are, and Jeremy's just not sending me those beers because he knows. But the breweries around here produce a lot of transitional crap to me. I've had all their beers and nothing stands out to me. No 10 beers. So it's a pleasure to get these beers sent to me from the breweries and subscribers that are 10 beers, outstanding beers. And this is one of them, guys. I don't joke. This one doesn't seem to have quite as much sediment in the bottom of it as the one I had in January did. And that probably depends on where it's coming out of the tank when they're canning these beers. Whether it's the top of the tank, middle of the tank, the bottom of the tank, depending on how much sediment you're going to get in the can that you get. But none of that's going to hurt you. Just swirl it up a little bit, mix it up before you do the final chug, and you'll be just fine. It won't hurt you one bit. And you'll get a little bit more taste out of that. I mean, that's hop goodness is what that is. Unless it's an old beer which it's coagulated and settled out of it, it's not going to hurt you at all. You'll actually get a little bit more taste out of that. You're going to get some of that hop lupulin powder that settles a lot of times out of it. So, 10 beer again, guys, is absolutely fantastic. 100 for me. Over to Beer, they say 95 world class. It is definitely a world class beer, guys. And over to Untapped, they have it at 4.32. I think it deserves a better number than that, and that's why I'm giving it that. It's everything that I'm looking for in a double IPA, in a New England style double IPA. So, if you've had the 2020 edition of Loophole Technicality from Hop Butcher for the World, let me know what you think. Jeremiah, thanks again, my brother. I do appreciate it, sir. Let me know what you think if you've had it. especially this one, the 2020 edition. Tasty damn beer. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.